What's up, YouTube?
Hey, YouTube. It is Tangy from Two Chicks with a Side Hustle.
Hey, and it's Carl from Two Chicks with a Side Hustle.
And we're coming to you live on YouTube to give you basically an informational session on working from home.
And for those of you that do not know who we are, I am Carol.
And I am Tandy.
And together we are Two Chicks with a Side Hustle. Welcome to our channel. I know we have a lot of new subscribers, so we just want to say welcome. And on this channel, we will be talking about the latest work from home jobs, side hustles, and side gigs, and just ways to make money passively from home. Tangy will be bringing you guys couponing. I will be bringing you guys passive income, ways to make money in your sleep, just ways to make money from home.
Yes. And if you have never been to our channel, we post work at home jobs daily. Sometimes we post different ways on how to make money from home. And we will also post different things you can do to make money from home. So it just won't be jobs. It could be anything. We have done numerous things to make money from home. They are all legit, however.
Yes.
And we usually do these things first before we actually release them to you guys on how to make money. So we'll try them first for ourselves, and if we find they're lucrative and we think it may help someone else, we will share it with you guys.
Yes.
So a little bit about a little bit about us. I am Tangy, and I have been working from home since 2007. I started working for West at Home, which is now Alorica, however you want to pronounce it. I started doing customer service, and I have done everything from customer service to tech support to coding, placing delivery phone calls, you name it. We probably have done it. Carol more than myself, but we have been working from home since 2007. And I'll let Carol share her story with you.
And I started working from home in 2007 through my best buddy here. Tangy told me about, at the time, it was West at Home, which is now called Alorica or Alorica, however you guys want to pronounce it. And I started with Shop NBC, and then I graduated. I started doing other companies like liveopps, Baby to Be. So I've done customer service, technical support. I've had several texting jobs. I've had several chat jobs. I've had post and ad jobs. I mean, I have had a lot of jobs.
Yes.
From home.
And we both have at some time worked full-time from home. Carol still works full-time from home. She transitioned in 2011 from working at home. I transitioned from working home. I got fired from my job in 2007, in which at that time I was working part-time. I transitioned to full-time work at home. I worked full-time work at home from 2007 to about 2010. Yeah. And then I went back to my brick and mortar position, but I still do some type of work at home position as of today.
Yes. And I am full-time working from home. As you guys have seen in the videos, I am an ESL teacher. I teach the Chinese children and other children from other countries how to speak English, and I work for several different schools. Mm-hmm. And I also have side hustles that I still do, that I have been doing for years with some companies. Some companies I just started doing a side hustle maybe like last year. So it could be anything from texting, entering receipts into the computer. What are some of the other things we do? Now I work for this other company where I'm just listening to the phone call, and I have to put the phone call into a category. So that's another side hustle that I do that I will be sharing with you guys as soon as the company opens back up and starts back taking applications. because I had already done the video for the company, but I checked to make sure the company was hiring. And at this time, guys, I'm so sorry, but they are not hiring. But as soon as they open that job position back up, I will be sure to release that video. And Tangie is working from home part-time.
Yes.
But making a full-time income.
Yes. I work maybe 12, 13 hours a week. And I think I make probably $1,500 teaching ESL children. And it's something that does not conflict with my regular 7 to 3:30 job. I get up about 4 a.m. and I work to about 6, maybe 5:30. Depends on which day it is. And I do make a decent salary for working from home, just a few hours a week. And of course, there are rules with ESL, and we'll touch on that another video, another time, because that's a whole nother animal within itself.
Yes,
but
another video.
Just know that you do not have to do customer service to work from home. There are many other types of positions and things to do working from home that can be lucrative.
And some of the jobs that we're gonna just kind of touch on are transcription, text chat, and I will have to. That's another video. I have to go over that with you guys. Data entry, if you can find it, but data entry is far and few in between, and everybody wants a data entry job. I mean, who doesn't? We'll get into that. Also, technical support. We may have some people out there that are subscribed to our channel or that like to watch our videos. You may be tech savvy, like Tangie. She's tech savvy. I'm not.
And most of the jobs that I do are regarding technical, because that's what I'm familiar with. But like I said, we have both done all types of jobs. Carol has done tech support too, so don't let her fool you. She does put her tech hat on from time to time. But I think this video, we will basically just get how you can start working from home, what are some avenues that you can take, and how you can transition into a full-time work from home position. A lot of our people who subscribe to our channel or ask us questions, they basically want to know how to get started. I think that's the biggest question for everybody. How do I get started? And
what jobs do I apply for?
Yeah. And basically how you get started is you have to apply for jobs.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing. It's no different than going out looking for a brick and mortar job. It is no different. You brick and mortar jobs, they put ads out, or you'll find somebody who knows somebody that's hiring, or you'll see an ad in a paper on a website. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yes. And you have to be diligent in applying. Just like if you're looking for a job and you go to McDonald's and fill out the application, you are diligently applying and looking for a job. It is the same thing regarding work at home. You need to be diligent in applying. Now, that's not saying you're going to get hired with every company, because we don't get hired with every company. But if you apply for enough of them, somebody will give you a chance.
Yes. And we also want to go over a list of jobs for you guys who are new to the work at home arena and who want to get started right away working from home, because this is the month that most of the companies start hiring for the holidays that's coming up.
Yes.
And sometimes they'll hire like 1,000 people. They won't tell you, but they will be looking for 1,000 agents. Some companies may be looking for 2,000 agents because they get so many phone calls this time of the year. So now is the time to apply. If you're looking for work from home, customer service, technical support, transcription, now is the time for you guys to get hired.
Yes, I agree. I think it was about this time of year in 2007 when we first started our journey with work from home. Someone told me about it, and Carol and I were working together at the time, and I told her about it, and I think out of that, we just started looking for more and more information. I think that company, Alarica, piqued our interest so much it turned into we just were looking for things to do.
Yes, other companies, other positions, other than customer service.
Right.
But unfortunately, back then, 2007, that was like all they had was customer service.
And the other thing was that when we first started, it was a lot of information wasn't out there about work from home jobs. Most of the things were a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them. And we still today get a high volume of people who say, well, how do you know it's legit? How do you know? Carol and I both come from a call center where we process scams all day.
Yes.
So we got pretty good at recognizing what's a scam and what's not a scam. And I think people still call me to this day and ask me, and ask us, hey, how do you spot a scam?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll give you just some quick little tips on how to spot a work at home scam. I think the first one for me would be you didn't apply for the job. They just came in your inbox and said, hey, we have a job for you and we want you to do. Yeah. And you didn't apply. Mm-hmm. So that should be your first red flag there. If I didn't apply for the job, then 9 times out of 10.
Who are these people?
Right.
Who is this company?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And if they don't give you a website.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm seeing that a lot of people on Facebook are receiving inboxes from different people and the person would not disclose the website. Red flag.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a legitimate company, they're going to give you a website.
Yes. Another big red flag for me is if they send you a check for no work. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They'll say, hey, just cash the check. You keep $100, send us the rest. Scam.
Big scam.
Scam. And usually you will end up in trouble with your bank.
Yes.
This has happened to people we know.
Mm-hmm.
Several
people.
Yes. Yeah, and we have stopped a lot of people from cashing those checks.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Also, if they want you to accept packages.
Yes.
And if they say, rewrap the package here and we'll send you a check or a money order for $500 or $600, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to send you anything and it is a scam. And then you'll have the FBI or the police knocking at your door. So that is something that you do not want to happen. If it sounds too good to be true, please, people, it is a scam.
And you are not going to make $1,000 a day working for Amazon. No way.
No. And I've seen a lot of those posts.
Yeah.
Amazon is hiring, paying $1,000, data entry, $18 an hour. No.
Amazon does not even have data entry. Amazon has customer service work from home.
Yes.
But Amazon has no data entry. You have to use your common sense. What about Amazon says data entry?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
So we have to be able to use our common sense, because if you know Amazon is a company that you order things off of, usually through the internet, why would they need you for data entry?
They wouldn't. They wouldn't. But a lot of people this time of the year are going to come with those scams.
Yes,
and I have seen a lot of them over the past 2 weeks. I mean, a lot in different groups on Facebook, just scam after scam after scam. And the majority of them are those typing jobs, because they know that is what's going to get everybody's attention. Oh, a typing job. Everybody wants a typing job. Everybody wants a non-phone work position. So you have to be very, very careful, especially the ones that ask for your bank account information up front.
Yes.
I saw a scam 2 days ago in a group on Facebook where the scammer was asking for the lady's bank account information. And then she wanted to know, well, why do you want my bank account information? And the scammer said, because we have to send you a check. And I said, oh, there it is, scam.
Yeah. Yes.
No company is going to ask you for your bank account information in Facebook Messenger.
No.
Or on Google Hangouts, because now I'm hearing that Google Hangouts is the new scam. Yeah.
And usually if you are working from home and it is a legit company, they are going to interview you just like a regular brick and mortar. They're going to tell you to have you fill out paperwork just like a brick and mortar. They're going to have you send in your ID just like a brick and mortar. It is no different from having a regular brick and mortar job. It is no different. You will interview, fill out your 1099 or W-2, and go through the motions of training. You will do it all just like a regular brick and mortar job. It's no different. Only thing is that everything you do takes place on the computer and not in person.
That's all. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. And also, too, if you have any questions or you have come across a scam, you can always email us at themeetingpointllc.com and we can take a look at it. Or if you're not in our group, you can join our Facebook group at Kiss That Cubicle Goodbye. Also, you can like us on Facebook at Two Chicks. You can drop a comment here on our YouTube channel. We do get our notifications and we do check them often. So if you come across a company, I had a young lady 2 days ago that inboxed me on Facebook. She had found a company and she wanted to know if the company was legit. I had never heard of the company before. So I told her if she's going to apply, proceed with caution.
And you have to do your own due diligence. Now, the jobs we post, we have vetted, and they are legit work-at-home companies. We have vetted them. We know about them. Or if we don't know about them ourselves, we know people that we trust that do know about the company.
Yes.
We also will never post a job that we are skeptical about. Never do it. We don't want to put any bad information out there. We don't want anybody to give any false hope about any type of work at home job. We have been there, done that.
Yes.
Yeah, we have been there, done that. And I'll touch on the data entry job. Let's just go ahead and put this in the forefront. Everybody wants a data entry job. I want a data entry.
I do.
Everybody. And they are few and far between. Yes. They are. Now, that's not to say they don't exist, because they do. They do exist. But let me give you an alternative to data entry jobs. And those will be our task-oriented jobs. mturk, that is owned by Amazon. They are a task-oriented jobs. And let me explain what I mean by task-oriented. Means that you get paid by the number of tasks that you do. Meaning, if one type of job they have is typing in grocery receipts. Now, that is a task that I will do, and I think they pay 10 cents per receipt. If I type 10 receipts, that's $1. If I type 50 receipts, that's $5. And those are task-oriented jobs. mturk has task-oriented jobs, meaning they don't require you to talk on the phone, and it may be different types of jobs. They have transcription jobs that pay anywhere from $2 to $50. And people are actually making good money off mturk. It is just that you have to get in your rhythm and find the things that work for you. Those task type jobs are considered data entry, but they are also jobs that you can work on your own time, that you can set the amount of money that you need to make, and that you can also use as what we call a filler position.
Yes, that is true. And see, some people use, from what I have read on certain websites, that some people are actually using mturk and ClickWorker together, and together by working both of those jobs, they are making a full-time income.
Yes, it is possible. It is possible. Those type positions, ClickWorker, mturk, and another one is called Fancy Hands. These are all task-oriented companies. So if you're looking for something that is non-phone work and they will hire you immediately, or you can get your account open immediately, except for Fancy Hands. I don't think that.
Fancy Hands, I think you have to take a few tests, and then they check the test, and then they'll let you know right away whether or not you're hired. But Fancy Hands, from my understanding, I think they pay a little bit more because you're actually making phone calls on some of the tasks, but you can pick and choose which task you want to take. And I'm hearing that the price range starts at $3 per task, but it can go as high as $7 per task. So,
and with mturk, it varies the things that you could do like I said, one of them is entering receipts, another one is transcription. They have all sorts of things you can do. You can input numbers into Excel spreadsheets. It's just a range and a plethora of things that you can do on mturk. That is something that you can start making money immediately.
Yes. And if you can pass the test on Fancy Hands, they are hiring right now. So that is another good job that you can start immediately.
And it is non-phone work. Now, Fancy Hand, they may have some phone work, but it is non-phone work. So for people who are looking for data entry jobs, like I said, they are few and far between, and we would like to all have one.
I know.
I have had a data entry job. I have had one. Carol has had one. But like we say, they are few and far between. And an alternative to that would be to work for something like mturk or ClickWorker or Fancy Hands, and that will get you started. But again, it is one of those things where you have to build yourself up, and the more you are familiar with the type of work that they do, the more money you will make and the better you will be.
Yep, I agree. Now, the next thing we were going to touch on was going to be people who are looking for work from home jobs that do not have equipment. Now, I know how tough that can be when you want to work from home and you don't have a computer. Because I think when I first started, I did not have a computer. When Tangi told me about West at Home, remember, I had to go and buy a computer.
I know that.
I didn't have one.
I didn't know that.
I had to go buy a brand new one because the one I had was old and raggedy.
Did I know that?
I thought you did.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Well, anyway. And see, back then they didn't have companies where the company would actually send you a computer
they did not.
like they have now. So if there's anyone out there looking to work from home and that you do not have a computer, but you will need high-speed internet and you may need a phone depending on what company you work for. But I'm going to say you're going to need a phone because these are customer service positions. So we found some companies that are legit, and we have done videos on these companies. Conduent is the first one. Now, Conduent, I believe they are state specific, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe they are hiring in every state. They do pay $13 per hour, and they will send you an Apple computer. I have seen the Apple computer that they send to their employees, and you are an employee with this company. So I was thinking maybe I should apply for Conduent because I want that Apple computer. I'm thinking about it because I want that Apple computer. Now with Conduent, I do not think that you are on camera working, but I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that because now a lot of companies are requiring for their employees to be on camera so they can see and make sure that you are working. And I'll just have to say that some of the bad people have messed it up for the good people who actually do want to work from home. So Conduent is one, and we will leave the link below after the video so you guys can check out Conduent. Transcom is the next company. Now Transcom, I do know they are hiring in certain states. Now I don't have the list of states here. I can look it up real quick to tell you guys before we end the video. But they pay in the range, I'm seeing somewhere between $11 and $13 per hour. And I think with Transcom, you will have to be on like different clients or something like that. I'm not real sure because I've never worked for Transcom, but just some of the information that I have been receiving and I have read in different places. I believe you have different clients that you will have to work on with them. Don't know if there's a set schedule. I believe it is a set schedule. Don't know if you have to work weekends, but I believe you may have to work weekends because this is a customer service position. And as far as I know, with Transcom and with Conduent, inbound calls.
Yeah.
As far as I know. Okay, and the third company is World Travel Holding. Now, World Travel Holding, they will send you a computer. Now, the difference between World Travel Holding and Conduent and Transcom, World Travel Holding, you will have to pay for the computer. Now, they will take a certain amount of money out of your paycheck every time you get paid. And I don't think it's that much, maybe $25, $30 per check until the computer is paid in full. And I want to say the price of their computer is $500, and I'm not sure what type of computer they will send you. So sorry about that, but I don't know. And I think the rate of pay for World Travel Holding is somewhere 11 to 13 per hour, which is good.
Yeah, especially if they are going to send you the equipment. I think it's always good if you don't have to come out of your pocket to purchase equipment. When I started, I already had a computer. I was just kind of looking for something to supplement my income. And also just because I was in school and I just had a computer, I think. And it was just something, I was just interested. When they said work from home, that just piqued my interest first. I think that was something. Carol, she has always did some type of side hustle ever since I've known her. She sold jewelry.
Yes, I do a lot.
She's always done some type of side hustle. So, she's always been an entrepreneur at heart. So, I think that is what kind of piqued my interest about the work from home. It was something that I could make extra money without leaving home. And a lot of people where we worked at that time were getting second jobs, and you know, and I think you were doing the jewelry thing at that time.
I was.
And I think I came over and told you, I was like, hey, I'm working from home now, doing shopping.
You showed me your paycheck.
Yeah.
That's what did it. Yeah. I saw the paycheck, and the paycheck was like $450, $500. And I said, oh, yeah, I
and we were making $10 at the time. I think we were making $10.
Yeah, we were making $10,
where we were working. And it was something that I had heard about working from home, but I never knew what I needed to do. And my husband's friend told me what I needed to do, and she gave me the West at Home. And it just started with us from there. I told Carol, and for, what is this, 19? So for the past 12 years, we have been bouncing jobs off each other.
Yes,
I think.
That's true.
Yeah. For the past 12 years, we have bounced jobs off each other. I think bounce side gigs off each other.
Side gigs, side
hustle.
We got some more that we trying to work towards now.
And we have tried a lot of things as far as making money from home. I think Carol is a little more entrepreneurial than I am. She will invest. She will try things better than I will.
Yeah, I think when it comes to that,
yeah, she will.
She's like, oh, reserved.
Yeah, I am, but I am getting better. I think I'm getting better. Yeah, we have done a lot of different things to make money from home. It hasn't always been lucrative for us.
True.
Yeah. I think that we have had some bad spots when it comes to working from home. But I also think we have done some really good things. I think the people's whose lives that we touch are kind of better for me, because I always like to hear people's story about, hey, I got this job. It makes me feel a certain kind of way, because we have introduced so many people to this journey. We have. Like I say, if I had a dog,
still are, because now we have our own group. And for those of you that are watching this video, may watch this video, please, please, please join us on Kiss the Cubicle Goodbye on the Facebook, and like us also at Two Chicks with the Side Hustle because we have a lot of jobs posted over there that we just don't have time to post over here on YouTube. And if you guys have been following us, then you know that I'm not going to say I have all the jobs, but I have 2 notebooks full of jobs. Yes, I have jobs. I have all kinds of jobs. Yeah. Whatever you guys need or want, I'm pretty sure it's in that notebook. I'm pretty sure.
And we have and I'm not going to say we went through a lot of jobs, but we know people who have worked for a lot of companies. We have made friends really through this journey. We have, I think when I met Carol, I was single, no kids.
Yeah,
no kids. Now I got a whole husband and 2 whole
family.
Yes. So we have basically grown in this. I know it's been many a nights that me and Carol have been up on the phone with each other.
Trying to work,
texting,
messaging each other, trying to stay up, trying to make that dollar.
Yeah, we have been with each other through the journey, and I think that's what makes it fun for both of us. And I think it
have someone,
and it keeps us motivated because sometimes I just don't feel like I'm like Carol. I just not today.
Yeah.
Then she'll call me back. She's like, okay, what about tomorrow? Okay, tomorrow. I'm gonna be a better person tomorrow. But it is something that it is truly has changed, opened my eyes on a lot of things because they don't teach you. I am a girl who believed in going to college and did that whole thing. And what they don't teach you in college is the entrepreneurial thing. And I think I learned a lot of that from Carol because she is not scared to try stuff. And like she said, I'm a little more reserved. I usually would take the traditional route, and she is just not that type of person. She's not traditional. She's not, she takes me out of my comfort zone a lot. But it's a good thing because you need that type of person or that type of friend to say, hey, let's try this. And to kind of give you that little comfort because I could be scared. And a lot of times I don't tell her, hey, look, I'm scared. I'm scared. but a lot of times I'll just go ahead and like, okay, what can it hurt? Yeah. And most of the time it's good. I'll just say that most of the time it's good. I'll say 95% of the time it's good. I'm not going to say all the time. And we have grown together in this work at home thing. We started off just friends at a job, and I think we have became more like sisters. Somebody that I talk to every day. Every day. My kids call her Auntie Carol. So it's become more than just looking for jobs. It has became to where we teach each other and where we learn a lot from each other.
Yes, I agree. And then I was going to say, when you said that we would be on the phone or we would be chatting into each other at night, trying to stay up and make the money. Yeah. Well, now we're chatting to each other early in the morning, making the money.
Because of her.
We're up at 3 and 4 and 5 a.m. chatting
because we
on Messenger, trying to stay woke because we're up and we're teaching. We both are ESL teachers.
Because of her. I never
because Tangi didn't want to really teach.
No, I didn't.
But when I told her about the money, and I think did I show you a check? I may have. I don't know. Yeah. And then I think you were sold after that.
Yeah, because every company she works for, I work for. Yeah. She kind of like pulls me along here. Yeah. And even though I got about 50 other things to do, I still get up at 3 a.m. to teach. And I think it's because we set different goals for ourselves, and and I'm not saying we reach every goal, but we help each other get there. And some days I'll be like, oh, I just don't feel like it. And Carol reminds me, well, you said you was gonna do this, and just go off on her, be like, shut up, I don't need you to remind me what I said I was gonna do. It is good to have that person to say, you know what, you need to do that. So
Yeah.
you need to get yourself up. Yeah, you know.
Good to have that push
Yeah.
and encouragement.
Yeah.
Some people don't have that. And
No.
so that's where we come in for those of you that don't have that.
Yeah, and
we want to encourage you.
Yeah, and we can be we call each other work at home buddies.
Yeah.
We have, yeah. So, and we can be your work at home buddy. I'm not saying we can, become best friends, but we can, we can push
that you may need.
And we can give you information that has
tips,
things that we have been through.
Little nuggets.
Yes, that we can help you and say, you know what, you're going in the right direction, or maybe you shouldn't do it this way. Maybe you should do it that way.
Yes. Or we can probably tell you about companies that could be a scam or not a scam, or companies that you can try out if you're having a hard time. Because I know we've had several people that said that they were having a hard time getting a work from home job.
Yeah,
seemed like they were getting the rejection emails back to back to back to back to back. And so we were able to give them a few other companies along with some tips and what they should do in the interview so they could land the job. And then they all called us back or emailed and they got the job.
And 9 times out of 10, it's not that you can't get the job, it's the way you're presenting yourself to the job.
True.
And I think with a few people, it was just a few resume pointers they needed, or how they presented themselves in the interview. And once we went over the tips and things that they need to do and say in the interview, I think that's what
they got the job. Yeah.
And I think that's what most people think, oh, this work from home thing, I'm going to be at home eating bonbons, working,
watching TV, texting, talking on the phone.
And let's just be honest. There are companies you can do that.
Yeah, we work for some now.
Yeah. But at the same time, you have to understand that this is just like a regular job.
It is.
It is. You will get to the point where you can be able to do the things that you want to do. Like maybe if you're sitting at home and you are working, you want to watch TV, well, put the TV on mute. Get calls. I mean, it's tips and tricks that we have learned that we are willing to share with you to make your transition or your work at home experience easier. And we have tried, and these are tried and trusted things that we have done. We're not saying they're right. Right. But we are going to say that we have did these things and they are tried and true. Especially with the customer service. I think for me, that's where everybody should start. I'm not saying that you must start there, but that is the best place to start because you actually get your feet wet with work at home. And it may not be a true customer service, but it may be. And there are all types of customer service positions that they have from home. You can take orders,
appointment setter, you can do inbound, outbound, restaurant calls, and we'll go over some of those in just a few minutes. But restaurant calls, we used to work for a company where we would place orders to restaurants, and it was so easy. But then we've also had other jobs where we had to actually call people, and this was outbound, so it was a little bit difficult.
It's sales. We've done sales.
We've done.
I'm not good at that. I figured that out earlier.
What was the one that I was doing? The donations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've done the donations, and this was outbound. I thought you did the donations. You didn't do XUgXAehKiUk? Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Well, I've done a job. Oh, yeah, that's right. But I've done a job where I had to, it was outbound, and I had to call people to get them to donate. Now, it was all scripted, and the job itself, to me, it was easy, but for some people, it was difficult because a lot of people don't like outbound.
Yeah. The political call.
I've done the political calls. The political calls now, they're scripted as well. You don't need a house phone for certain companies to do the political calls, which I felt like that was easy because a lot of people don't have house phones. And we'll go over some companies, maybe not on this video, but on another video, where if you don't have a house phone, And we'll talk about companies that you can work for that do not require a house phone.
Yeah.
But I've done the political survey calls. Those calls are scripted, very easy calls.
Yes.
Now, you may get people to scream or holler or cuss you out. I mean, but that comes with the job.
Yeah, that comes.
Even with inbound calls. I've had inbound calls where customers are upset, they're mad, they received the product was not what they thought it was going to be, and they went off on me. But you just have to know how to handle that.
Yeah, yeah.
And over the years, you know, like Tangi said, customer service is a great job to get your feet wet because you may not can find a non-phone work. Non-phone work is hard to find because everybody wants a non-phone work. Everybody.
Me.
Yeah, me too.
And like I said, those companies that I gave earlier really are non-phone work companies, and they are great where you can get started today. And I'll list those again. That is mturk, which is by Amazon, mturk.com, mturk.com. ClickWorker, www.clickworker.com. They are always hiring. It's not so much of a hire. Yeah. I think you just sign up for an account.
Yeah, sign up for an account, and then you can start working.
And that's the same with mturk. You sign up for an account and you can start working. Also, Fancy Hands. Now, Fancy Hand is a little different. You have to take tests and get approved, and then
you're able to start working. But they will get back with you quick because I think some people were saying in a day or two, 48 hours.
And those are. And also with ClickWorker and mturk, you will take tests after you sign up. But some of the jobs that they have or tests that they have, you do not need to take a test. Like the receipts that I talked about entering, you do not need to take a test to be qualified for those. So, and that is a pretty good way to make money. And people are making good money.
Yeah, people are making good money because I've seen where people work for ClickWorker and mturk together. And they do both of them together, and I guess it's full time for them, where they're making like $400 or $500 in a week.
And that's good money for a side hustle, or if that is your full time job, that's $2,000 a month. That's really money. Tax free.
That's really good money. Yes.
$2,000. Some people don't even make $2,000 a month going to a job.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So if you are looking for non-phone work, those are 3 non-phone work positions. Oh, yeah, 3, right?
Yeah,
3.
ClickWorker and mturk.
Yeah, those are 3 positions that you can start today making from. I know 2 you can start today making money. Fancy Hands, like we said, you have to fill out an application, get approved, and things like that. But Carol said they're pretty quick. I've never worked for Fancy Hands.
I've never worked for them, but I've seen where people said that they were hiring, and they also received an email within like a couple of days.
Yeah. So those are, for people who are just want data entry and just want, something that is non-phone work. Those are 2 companies that you can get started today, and 1 that it won't take you long to get started. Another thing was that people asked us was, how do you transition to work from home?
Yes, we did get a question in our
group.
So I wanted to know, how do you transition to work from home?
And I think that's basically a case-by-case basis. It really depends on you. It's not something that we can say, hey, you have to do this to work from home full time. For me, it was getting fired from my job. I got fired. I was already working from home part-time. Let me get that said. I was working from home part-time, and I got fired from my job. I was going to quit anyway, let's be clear, but I think they just helped me out because I was scared to quit. And I started working from home full-time. And I did it, and I worked for West, and then remember I worked for the Grant guy. Remember?
Yeah, Finger Lakes.
Yeah, Finger Lakes. I worked. Yeah. So it was. I was making full-time money, but I was working 2 part-time jobs. So it was really lucrative for me at the time. It was basically what I was doing in the call center, but I was just doing it at home, taking different type of calls. So I think that my transition was forced. But I think
mine was too.
Yeah.
Because the same company that they fired Tammy from, some years later, they laid me off. It was the exact same company. They packed up and they moved the company to the Philippines. So it's kind of like we both were forced. And then when they let me go in 2011, I went to the house full time. I was already still doing my little part-time gigs and a part-time job. But when they let us go, I just went on to the house full time, and I've been at home ever since. I have never gone back outside of the house to get a job. I have always worked from home since 2011, full time. Not
for lack of offers, but
right?
She just won't go. And like I tell people, I probably wouldn't go either if I wasn't working in the field that I had my degree in. I probably would be at home also. But
you will be soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Soon.
Yeah.
My baby graduates. I transitioned back because I am in IT and I love what I do. So, but I still work from home just to keep myself, I think, grounded in work from home. I think for me to truly tell people about work from home, I really have to be in that arena. Yeah. And I think that once you start working from home, you gain the information much more than you would just trying to search for it.
When you're plugged in, I always tell people, because people always say, well, Carol, how do you find the work from home jobs? And it is because I am plugged in to the work from home. And that's how I am able to find the majority of the work from home jobs, gigs, and the side hustles. Because once you plug in to the work from home, or once you start working from home, and that's what I mean by plug in, once you start working from home, and you will see a lot of jobs out there, whether it's customer service, whether it's tech support, whether it's appointment setting. I mean, just all different kinds of jobs. You'll just start to see job after job after job. And you'll also be able to spot and recognize those scams as well. So once you get plugged into working from home, it will be easy for you to spot those work from home jobs. And as Tangi was saying, if you are trying to transition from the work from home from the brick and mortar companies, I would suggest that you start with something like mturk or ClickWorker or Fancy Hands or something part-time. If you want to do customer service or if you want to do technical support, they do have part-time jobs out there where you guys can start a part-time position before you just leave your brick and mortar and transition full-time to home. So I would suggest starting working part-time. Like I was just saying, when you stepped out, I was saying that I would suggest to the people, if they want to transition from the brick and mortar to home, start out part-time with like mturk or Fancy Hands or ClickWorker or some type of customer service or appointment setting part-time. Just see if you like it, because you might not even like it. Some people we know started from home or started to work from home and they didn't like it and they went back to the brick and mortar. I mean, so it's not for everyone.
Yeah, because some people have to have
discipline. A lot of people don't have that. It's hard. It's hard because you have the TV, you have your cell phones, you have your computers, your desktop, your laptops, and you have kids and everybody's at home. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to sit there in front of a computer and try to make some money. So I understand that, because when I first started, I started part-time. I wanted to do full-time, but I was like, I got to see if I can do it first.
And I think when we started, it was much more lucrative for us to do part-time because that's what we were looking for. Because everybody at where we were working, they had part-time jobs outside the home, and I just couldn't go nowhere else. So I was like,
I didn't want to go anywhere else either.
So when we found out about this was our gold mine, I guess you could say. But again, like Carol said, this is not for everybody. If you're not a disciplined person, if you are not a person who can not be disciplined enough to get on this computer and work, then this is not for you. If you are a person that needs somebody to tell you what to do, this is not for you. If you're looking for somebody, if you need somebody on your back every day and make you work, this is not for you. It is not for you. But if you are a person that can truly follow the rules and be dedicated on your own without somebody making you be dedicated, then this is for you. Now, that's not to say you're not going to have a supervisor. You're not going to have.
I mean, you'll have them, but they're not right there in your face.
Yeah.
So you won't have that. They're not standing over your shoulder, tapping you on the shoulder, saying, "What are you doing?" No, it's none of that. None of that.
But you do have a lot of companies that give you coaching, that give you help. I think that you get better feedback and help working from home than you would in a brick and mortar. I do.
Now, some of the companies do require you to have a video camera. They are watching you on video camera. Some of them do, some of them don't. Now, the video cameras, for me, those kind of just started because when Tangi and I started working from home, nobody was saying anything about being on video. No company that we ever worked for. I had never heard of such. But now I'm hearing and I'm seeing people say that their companies that they work for, the people are requiring them to be on video while they're working. Now, some of the companies, a friend of mine just informed me that some of the companies that she has worked for, they only require you to come on video when it's a team meeting. Some type of team meeting or some type of meeting where the supervisor may want to talk to you about a call or go over vacation time or something like that. You will have to be on video. But other than that, this particular company or these particular companies do not require you to be on video while you're working. But some of them do.
And unless you're doing like those chat positions like Intuit, unless it's required that you are going to be speaking, like Carol and I teach, and one of the requirements is that we see the child on the video and they see us. So that is a requirement to teach. So we need a video camera for that. So but as far as customer service jobs, I have never been on video for a customer service job. I have.
But some of them are requiring
some not.
Some are.
And I think as technology grows, probably more of them, or more chat-like positions where they'll want you to actually look and speak to the customer, on video. I think that's where it's really going to. But you never know.
Yeah, that's true. And then if you are the type of person that does not like to be on camera, don't want to be seen, you're camera shy, then just find a job that does not require you to be on the webcam.
So now we are going to do the top 5 companies that are hiring right now. And the reason they're hiring right now, a lot of these companies are getting ramped up for the Christmas season. And this is a big time for work at home customer service jobs. August to, I'll say, January, that they are really ramping up their work from home people. So we are going to give you the top 5 companies that are hiring right now. Now, we have not worked for all these companies, but we have known people who work for, I think we've worked for 2.
Yes.
2. And our first company is LiveOps, and it is at www.liveops.com. With LiveOps, they have many different clients from direct response, Pizza Hut.
I'm saying now they have a Victoria's Secret.
Oh, Victoria's Secret.
And some insurance companies.
Yeah, insurance company and tech support. And you are not an employee with this company.
Contractor.
You are.
You have to pay for the background.
Yeah, I think it's $60.
$60.
Yeah, $60. Yeah, and with this company, you have to pay for the background check. So you can write that off on your taxes. You can write that off on your taxes. Since you're 1099, you are able to write that off on your taxes. And they pay pretty well for LiveOps. I think they give a fair salary. It's a per minute rate. Is it still per minute?
It's still per minute.
Okay. I'm not sure of the range.
I think 25 cents, 25 all the way to 32 cents.
Okay.
25 cents,
So
32
probably
cents.
$10 to maybe $12, $13 an hour. And they are a company that you get on with, and most people stay.
Yeah, most people stay because you don't have to have an interview. So what you would do, you would go to liveops.com, you would fill out the application, and I believe based on your credit check, that is what's going to determine whether or not you're hired. And so it's just that simple. And then they take you through like an onboarding process where you have to take like 7 or 8 calls. You will get paid for those calls. And then after that, you're ready to work. And I've worked for LiveOps 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
3 times? Yes.
I worked once. I think I did Pizza Hut.
Okay. Well, I worked for them 3 times off and on through the years. It was very easy. The client that I had was direct response. I think each time I had direct response, and then one time had direct response and Pizza Hut at the same time. But direct response is a very good client. A lot of these companies have direct response, and direct response is the infomercials that you see on TV. Those 1-800 numbers where people call in all times of the day and night because they're open 24/7. 24/7.
And it is multiple companies that have direct response.
It is now, yes.
Yeah. We work direct response with West at Home
and now Alarico. Yes.
And speaking of West at Home, that's our second company. It is not West at Home anymore. It is Alarica, however you want to pronounce it. And it is an umbrella company in which, kind of like LiveOps, they have different clients you work for.
And you are an employee now.
Oh, yeah, you are an employee now. At the time we worked, we basically worked 1099.
Yes.
But you are an employee now, and they take you through training. Do they take you through training?
That's paid training.
No, paid trainings. When we started, we had to read on our own and take the test. Yes, take the test on.
But now they actually have a trainer because remember I went back to West when they switched the name.
Yeah.
And I actually had a trainer where I had to come to class. I believe it was 3 weeks. 3 or 4 hours a day for 3 weeks, 5 days a week. Yeah. It was paid training though.
Back in our days, it was you read the information,
yourself, right?
Answer the questions and you pass the test.
And no paid training back then. But now it's different because you're an employee.
Yeah. Back in the day, we used to share the answers.
Yeah.
But that was back in the day. So they do things totally different now.
Yeah. And I think it's hourly pay or whichever is greater. Because they pay on like a per minute, like 15, 20 cents per minute, depending on the client or whichever is greater.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's how they pay now.
Okay.
And they have different clients, like Tangy was saying as well. And their website is ALORICA.com. And I believe that you can pick and choose what client you want to sign up for. Same with LiveOps. LiveOps is the same way. They have the clients listed on their site. You just go to the site. Now, they won't have the name. So you kind of got to guess who it might be, but they won't have the name. I don't think they have the name on Alarica either. I think you just have to go and just read the description, and it'll tell you, okay, infomercials, commercials. You'll be taking inbound calls, and so you'll know that's direct response. Yeah, and LiveOps has direct response as well.
Okay. And the third company we have is Sitel, and I'll let Carol tell you about them.
Now, Sitel. Last I heard about Sitel, a friend of mine applied for Sitel and she got hired for the DirecTV client. Now, this was a couple of years ago. I'm not sure because she doesn't work for them anymore. I'm not sure if they still have the DirecTV client or not. I believe they do, but don't quote me on that. So with that one, you may have to do your own research. Now, they're just like LiveOps and Alarica, where they have different clients as well. Now, with LiveOps, you just fill out the application, and I do not think that they have the clients listed on their page. Last time I looked, they did not. So what happens is they will just give you somebody, whoever they are hiring for or wherever the need is, then that's what client you will end up working for. I don't believe they have them listed on their page. So they do have other clients. I have no idea who the clients are, But if you guys want to check out Sitel, it's SITEL.com. And I think the pay range is somewhere $8, $9, $10 pay range.
And you want me to get into, let's just stop for a second and let's talk about the pay range.
Okay.
Most people, when they're looking for work from home, of course, everybody wants high pay. Let's get that.
Let's put it out there.
Everybody wants high pay. We all do. But you have to look at the gifts and takes of work from home. Mm-hmm. So this is what I usually tell people. If you are a 1099 employee, meaning they don't take out any taxes, you work from home, and you are a truly work from home person, that $10 they're paying you an hour is maybe $15.
Yes.
Outside the house. Because you have to remember, you're not paying for any gas, you're not buying food, you are not purchasing clothing, you are not doing extra things to your car, you don't have any of those expenses. You don't have any of those expenses. So, and plus they're not taking taxes, so now you're in charge of your own taxes. So with all of that savings, you are actually coming out ahead. So $10 at a 1099 position is like a $15 hour employee position from home. So let's remember that when we want to say, oh, we want to make $15 an hour working from home. Yes, there are $15 an hour work from home jobs.
Yes,
there are.
We have one posted in our group. I just posted it day before yesterday. Mm-hmm. It's paying $16 an hour and it's a check job.
There are.
Yes.
But you have to remember that when you are talking about employee versus independent contractor, you kind of have to make up your mind which way you want to go. So for me, I don't take anything that is not a 1099 because I'm not an employee. I don't want to have that. For me, for tax purposes, I don't need a employee type position. I always need a 1099 position. So we have to be smart as far as, even if you want to, I think, work part-time. Mm-hmm. I think I would be a part-time, I'd rather be a part-time 1099 than a part-time employee.
Yes, I agree. Because all of my jobs that I have now, I am 1099.
Yeah, 1099.
Yeah, 1099. But some people want to be an employee.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. That's fine. They're just going to take taxes out of your check versus 1099. You will get all of your money, and I need all of my money.
And we'll go over that in another video, 1099 versus employees, and we'll give you all the gives and takes on being an employee and all the gives and takes on being a 1099. Because things rights you have as an employee is so different from 1099. And we'll make a video to tell you the difference between the 1099 contractor and the employee.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And the next company is Working Solutions. In Working Solutions, it works the same way, just like liveops and Alorica and Sitel. Working Solutions, now with them, you can go to their site, workingsolutions.com, and they have their clients listed on their page. Now, Working Solutions, I'm hearing a pay range of $9 to $30 per hour. I still have not figured out who this $30 per hour client is. We need to figure that one out, huh?
Yeah.
But yes, that's what I've been seeing for them, $9 to $30 per hour, and they have always said that for years. But like I said, I still have not figured out who is the $30 client. But one day, I guess we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Now, with them, I believe you have to do like an application, and you have to do some type of technical support check on your computer. Now, I'm not sure if you have to do that with liveops. I didn't have to, but that's been so many years ago when I applied. I'm not sure about Alorica either. I think with liveops and Alorica, they just give you some type of description of what your computer spec should be, if I'm not mistaken. But with Working Solutions, I know that you have to do a technical support check. Now, with some of these companies, they do require that because, like, we work for the schools, these different schools, and they require for us to do a technical support check. And we had to do it with a live person for some of the schools, but some of the schools, we just had to go into a website and just do the check, screenshot it to them, and we were good to go. Same way with these companies. Some of them do require technical support checks. So if you know that you have an old computer and it's not going to pass the technical support check, however, there are ways around that. Because if you have a friend, if you have a friend or a relative that may have a computer and their internet or high speed is better than yours, you can always get them to do the technical check support for the hashtag. You can always get them to do the tech check for you. In the meantime, though, you are updating or upgrading your computer.
Make sure you upgrade. Don't go on the site and be like, I got a high-speed computer, it passed the test, and then when you get to the training, your computer running like a turtle. Please don't embarrass yourself like that.
That's why I said in the meantime, you are upgrading your computer, but just to get the job, you may have to borrow somebody else's computer.
And I agree. And there are so many ways you can get a computer. Let's just be honest. That is the most expensive investment with working from home. It's the computer.
It is. And that's why we were saying if you didn't have the computer, you can always go work for Conduent, Transcom, or World Travel Holdings.
If you're looking for a computer. But if you don't have a computer and you're looking to get one, I would suggest you take that job description, tech specs, and take it and find a computer. And computers are not expensive as they used to be. When we started, they were expensive.
Very. I think I paid like $600 for mine.
Yeah, they were
expensive.
But now I can find a good one just to work from home. About $100. Maybe $100, $150.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, because Walmart sells them.
Yeah. And that doesn't have to be brand new. Don't think I have to get a brand new computer to work from home, because that is not the case. I have pieced together computers to work from home. Let's be clear.
Right.
Okay. So that is not a mandate that you have to have a new computer. You do. You crawl before you walk. Most jobs don't require you have a lot of memory or anything like that, especially jobs that just do basic customer service, especially the ones that don't route the calls to your computer and they route them to your phone. Those tech specs are usually low.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of the ones that route, it's like you just logging in.
Yeah.
Like Oasis.
Yeah. No, that was one.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about those companies. The ones where you don't have to have a house phone and they have low specs as far as a computer is concerned, because all you're doing is putting on a headset, plugging it into the computer, and they're routing the calls from wherever they are through their computer to your computer, straight to your headset. And those are very, very easy jobs. Political surveys, most of the companies that are political surveys or some type of survey, because it could not be political, those companies usually or typically are the ones that hire work from home with just USB headset, no house phone needed. And we're going to touch bases on that.
And our last company, last company that is hiring today is NextRep. And like the ones we listed before, liveops, Alarica, Sitel, Working Solutions, NextRep, www.nexrep.com, is basically a company that has several companies that they hire for. I know they hire for Grubhub.
They also hire for direct response.
Oh, yeah. Direct response. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just started direct response. They just got the contract, I think.
Oh, I did work for Working Solutions. I just remembered that. I dumped those cable boxes through them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And NextRep also has, they have another company some type of technical support company. I can't think of the name of it, but I know they have a technical support company as well. So they're the same. And then on their website, I believe you can pick and choose which client you want to work for. Now they're not going to have the clients listed, so you have to read the description and kind of figure out who they are talking about.
Yes.
And I'm seeing that their rate of pay is anywhere from $9 to $15 per hour, and that may include some type of bonuses or extra pay for working different hours. Not sure, but I've seen this on the direct response client. It's up to $15 per hour.
And most of these companies that we've listed today, they do have some type of incentive bonus built in their pay scale. So even though it says $10 an hour, you may get much more than that because it's always some type of incentive or bonus they like to give.
Especially around this time of the year,
around
because
Christmas
they need
time.
people to work, and they have a lot of calls, especially direct response. Because you know, Tangi and I worked for direct response through, at the time it was Weston Home, and now it's Alorica, and our checks would be like $600 and $700 every 2 weeks, and this was very part-time. Very part-time. And they were giving bonuses, remember? $14 per hour, $12 per hour for us to work late, because direct response is a 24-hour client, so they need people on the phone, because people at nighttime, a lot of those commercials are running on TV, and people are calling back to back to back to back to back. And I think one night I was able to get like $15 because the customer kept me on the phone for over an hour.
And those types of companies are, I think, where people should start, because they allow you to make incentive pay and you're just not stuck with the base pay.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And I really enjoyed working for West at Home.
I did.
Like I said, I've worked for them 2 or 3 times because I left and then I came back again in 2013. I started back, and at that time they had the Eddie Bauer client.
I never went back to Wested. I think I left, and I didn't go back.
You didn't go back.
I think Virgin Mobile was my last client, and when they left, I left. I think that was
because they were getting, back then they had a lot of the cell phone clients. They don't. You don't really see those anymore. No.
Well, guys, I think this is all we have for today. We hope you find this very informative, and we hope you get a lot out of it. If you have any questions, drop them below, and we'll be happy to answer them. We will put these 5 jobs in the link in the comments below, so you can go apply. And again, if you don't apply, you'll never know if you'll get the job.
And if there is anyone out there in YouTube land, or if you know anyone who wants to work from home through Arise, through our company, and our company, as you can see behind us, The Meeting Point. This is our website and also our email address, The Meeting Point LLC@gmail.com, because we do have a lot of good clients, because it's Christmas time coming. So we have a lot of clients as well that have hit our job board. And like Tangi was saying earlier, with Arise, there is an investment. You do have to pay for the training, but you can always file that money back off on your taxes. And with our company, we do have the 90-day. If you work for 90 days, we will pay for. If you want to work for another client, we will pay for your next client. And if you refer somebody and they start working, we will give you $50 for that.
They have to work for 3 months.
If they work for 90 days, you get $50 referral fee.
Well, YouTube, we are going to sign off. Again, if you have any questions or comments or anything you'd like to ask us, please drop it in the comments. And as always, please subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching. I am Tangi.
And I am Carl. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and join our XUgXAehKiUk Goodbye on Facebook. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, YouTube. Bye.